Seed scattered and sown, wheat gathered and grown. Today's passage in Matthew 13, verses 18 to 23, Jesus explains the parable that he told for us on Monday in the beginning of chapter 13 about the scattered seed on different kinds of soils. Here's Jesus' explanation as told by Matthew. Consider then the parable of the farmer. Whenever people hear the word about the kingdom and don't understand it, the evil one comes and carries off what was planted in their hearts. This is the seed that was sown on the path. As for the seed that was spread on rocky ground, this refers to people who hear the word and immediately receive it joyfully, but because they have no roots, they last for only a little while. When they experience distress or abuse because of the word, they immediately fall away. As for the seed that was spread among thorny plants, this refers to those who hear the word, but the worries of this life and the false appeal of wealth choke the word, and it bears no fruit. As for what was planted on good soil, this refers to those who hear and understand and bear fruit and produce, in one case a yield of 100 to 1, in another 60 to 1, in another 30 to 1. I think especially in our farmer culture here in Wayne County, Ohio, I think the general sense of this is pretty clear, right? Seed falls on a road, it's not gonna take root, right? So that's like people just not understanding. They hear it, but they don't get it. It doesn't touch them. And then there's yeah, this is great, but then there's no digging down, and there's no discipleship, really, I think is how we would say it. And so it doesn't last. It's scorched in the sun, or trouble comes, and we don't have the depth to handle it. And then there's the thorny ones, right? The weeds. And this is the tricky one, right? We know the worries of life, and we know the false appeal of wealth, right? And maybe the question for us in our context, those who would be looking at this video, part of the Orville Mennonite larger church family, like maybe this is the one really aimed at us, maybe even more than the depth one. What is it that's choking us out? What influences have we allowed? What appeals are we looking at that are leading us astray? And then the good soil, of course. If there's good soil, there's good plants, there's good fruit, right? And this makes perfect sense in the larger passage, in the larger story that Matthew is telling about Jesus and the meaning of Jesus. We've heard Jesus talking about fruit, and that the fruit was not just adherence to the law. The fruit was something inner, something deeper, something more, and so that's also a good question. What is this fruit? I mean, he's counting the fruit in this sense. So what is this fruit? I other than seed scattered and sown, I don't know a planting song, and so I fell on the soil and the rocky and sand sort of songs that we have, right? And because that's a similar idea, plant yourself on rocky ground, not sandy ground. And I think the point of that parable is similar. It is similar to this teaching. So I think then about the church's one foundation. The church's one foundation is Jesus Christ her Lord. She is his new creation by water and the word. From heaven he came and sought her to be his holy bride. With his own blood he bought her, and for her life he died. Mid toil and tribulation and tumult of her war, she waits the consummation of peace forevermore, till with the vision glorious her longing eyes are blessed, and the great church victorious shall be the church at rest. Yet she on earth hath union with God the Three in One, and mystic sweet communion with those whose rest is won. O happy ones and holy, Lord, give us grace that we, like them the meek and lowly, on high may dwell with thee.